HANJIN BRION elected to head over to blue. And let's see exactly how this one is going to shake up. I imagine Rumble will be banned. That's my hot take for this one.
Yeah, so Karma left the ban list, actually, in the last series for the first time in the LCK regular season.
And we learned why she was on the ban list.
Yeah, whereas Rumble, still 100% ban rate so far. Yeah.
I imagine that should be just removed now. It's clear. You should probably have that one banned away. But Pigeon first.
Yeah, I mean, Azirion's VicLa makes a lot of sense. Azir Ryze just been first picked a ton. So we're getting the Azir Orianna trade, which is kind of LCK Cup meta. But
oh, yeah.
We'll take it. Vara's going to get taken off the cards.
Should I ride in Rumble now? Like, what are we doing, HANJIN BRION?
I prefer a Rumble now because then your third ban's a little bit more flexible.
Yeah, there we go. Finally.
You were safe to ride it in.
Yep, 100% banned away here. As VicLa's like, man, I can't believe they banned Rumble. That wasn't. He just looked like he was a little frustrated about something. Trying to work out what we're going to be banning next here. Probably aiming for a Ryze first pick. So they might ban something that could be played into it, just to force it, maybe.
I don't like the Cassiopeia and Anivia bans to set it up because
that's what they're doing.
I mean, I guess if your goal is like force them to ban Ryze so we can first pick something else, sure.
Force them to ban Ryze, pick Panth. Sounds pretty good to me.
That's a strategy you can go for, but it does just very much like... I mean, I guess it forces them on that Ryze ban. Maybe they prefer the Anivia anyway.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe you ban Pantheon here instead. Call their bluff.
Maybe you don't. Maybe, like, you leave it, and then you just go, like... Yeah, Karma ban. If you pick Ryze here, then they can get Pantheon.
I actually think this is really, really smart. So the Ryze is going to come in for VicLa, but now you can pick the Pantheon to answer it and choose whatever else you'd like to play into the Ryze. Loki does have a bunch of other champions that he could head towards.
Even Pantheon, and then you could grab an Anivia and flex it.
Oh, true.
Or you could grab it later. I don't know. A lot of options.
Lissandra was buffed. Maybe that could be a thing.
Maybe.
Don't know whether that'll be a good thing, but could be a thing.
I think
just naming other champions going to the mid lane.
It is another champion.
Pantheon is obviously what is going to be collected, though. That is the prize that HANJIN BRION managed to make for themselves. And GIDEON on that is fantastic news, as there is a Jayce as well. Flexible, in theory, could be played into the Ryze, but I don't think that is going to be the choice.
We've seen Jayce really just be a problem in a lot of games.
Doesn't lose a lot of lanes.
Yeah, a lot of good matchups, and just starting to be a big menace again when we get to the later stages of the game.
I do think that this is a pretty good Yorick angle. And then you can 1-3-1 pretty comfortably with Ryze Yorick.
True. You go Jarvan Yorick and you have the big Cataclysm, little Cataclysm.
Oh, yeah, true. The Ghoulie Wall Cataclysm.
Yeah.
A Ghoulie-clism.
What if you just trap someone between the Ghoulie Wall and the Cataclysm?
Oh, true. And then you have Veigar support to put a cage on top of that.
Wow.
Damn, you'd be having to really stand in pixels. Okay, the Jarvan will be locked in. Ryze Jarvan has been a tried and true combination, so VicLa can play around with Raptor there. Is the Bard going to be a consideration and locked in here for Kellin?
Okay, so a lot of pieces, I feel like, for BNK FEARX. We're not fully committing to anything yet. A lot of setup from the Jarvan and the Bard. And now for HANJIN BRION, I expect a mid lane pick coming in here. If they want to match the Ryze. And there's that Anivia to flex, though. We don't know. Is it mid? Is it support? You have the ability to do both.
True. Kind of fun. Is Anivia support a good pick in what's represented right now for FEARX? I'm not feeling like there are like the classic we can trap you over committing type champions.
Yeah.
I know Jarvan does go in, but you can always just flag and drag over the wall. You're not really too worried about it.
Yeah. Also, Bard can just portal.
Yeah, just go through it.
Yeah. Well, K'Sante going to get banned out. I wonder, we've seen like K'Sante Sion sometimes banned when you're picking Jayce. Like those are the tanks, so like, you know, I can kind of weather the storm. But you mentioned the Yorick earlier. That could also be an avenue.
People do like it.
Go for, so.
See whether Clear does want to be playing it. He does feel more like a K'Sante guy, absolutely.
Interesting, we get the... So Corki ban makes sense because Corki's pretty good in the job and you should have the Valkyrie to get out. But I feel like sometimes in situations like this, you would ban like Nami, Lulu, maybe. Those are two picks. that you know, the Nami Corki, the Yunara Lulu have a really strong pairings, but I guess they aren't sure if the Anivia is just going to go support, so they're focusing on the AD carry bands instead of the support bands.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
You get a bit more value in theory. The Sivir Bard was what they were a little bit scared of, and they can't pick the Sivir themselves, so they do ban that one away, but it does leave the Yorick up and available. HANJIN BRION now considering what they want to go with, and I think Ezreal does make a lot of sense, given the fact that it looked like something that FearX wanted to go with, as well as something that can get out of a Cataclysm.
Yeah, gives that safety, gives a way to disengage from both the Tempered Fate and the Cataclysm, which are the main ways that BNK FEARX are going to get on top of you. And it keeps that flex of the Anivia alive. We still don't really know what they're doing with it.
Not 100%, although I do feel like it's a good matchup into the Ryze, or has been in the past at least, as Jhin going to be the choice for Diable, says Atlus reluctantly.
Yeah.
I mean, Diable did look fantastic on this champion earlier on in the LCK Cup, as there's that Yorick we were talking about. Kind of surprised that HANJIN BRION did not ban it away. But Elise, Elise mid, the classic answer to the Ryze. We've been seeing that many, many times.
Maybe it's Jayce mid, Elise top, the throwback, you know.
Of course.
Ezreal jungle.
I mean, Elise is a top laner originally, right?
Once upon a time.
Yeah. All right, there's the lock.
Okay, well, I think the Yorick top wasn't too much of a surprise. I think BNK FEARX have a strong 1-3-1 with that composition.
But the Elise top was really a surprise.
Yeah. I'm just a little bit concerned because, like, you have the Ezreal, Elise in the bot lane. You know, if Kellin missteps, can maybe get punished there. You have the Pantheon, you know, so much early pressure. I think Anivia has a good matchup, but
I feel like win lane, win game for HANJIN BRION is certainly there. The problem is, can they win lane, win game hard enough in order to overcome this? Because I believe Yorick is going to be a big problem in side lanes, absolutely. And if he can actually win out in this matchup, which is absolutely doable, into the Jayce, then things could just fall apart for the bros.
I think that comp just feels hard to play. And, oh, there he is!
There we go. Brion the moment. Beautiful. Look at how serious Dagon is.
He's locked in.
He's not often this serious, but things are getting real.
He's really focused. He knows how much they need this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the composition looks a little bit tricky. I do like that they're kind of cooking a bit with Namgung again, but we just saw an Elise be kind of useless. As much as I love Bandle Pipes, I hope it's not a Bandle Pipes Elise. I'm going to put that out there.
Well, I mean, you say that, but what are HANJIN BRION if not the vibes team?
Oh, it's so true.
And Bandle Pipes bring the vibes, as does starting the game. Let's jump in. All right, bro fans, we got to work out what we're yelling.
Oh, they killed the ward!
Oh my goodness, a huge start here for FEARX.
Shoveled it.
Yep, infinitely more stuff has been claimed.
Okay. So bot lane, Namgung even went Ignite. So there is mega threat on the Kellin.
I love it.
He wants to kill his Bard.
They were like, win lane, win game, bet.
We talked about this a little bit in the earlier series. Bard, he's got a lot of hitbox. So that cocoon, it's not hard to hit.
No. Well, we'll see whether... Okay, well, never mind. As it turns out, Aux, harder to hit than you may expect.
Yeah. Okay. See, the problem there was that Kellin moved.
Yeah. I actually think even if he did, it just wasn't going to hit.
It was a zoning cocoon.
Yeah, got it.
So what you do is you throw a cocoon when you don't have kill threat, and Kellin thinks you're not going to aim in cocoons.
No, it's calibration.
Calibration, right.
That's what it was. So now Namgung has got it locked in.
Yeah, he
knows. Clear hit an E, and that means wins trade. That feels pretty nice. Speaking of feeling nice, Luke, you're going to be able to connect. However, does take a bunch of damage back from this Ryze.
But being Anivia, you do have 2 health bars, so...
That is a good point.
Very okay.
You are... Okay, that could... See? Calibration right there! As Diable not going to have a spider falling on his head, but that is going to be a really nice trade for the bros. Okay, casting has things where he wants them now, which is shoved all the way up towards Clear's turret, forcing him to farm as best he can. Shovels the minion, though, the cannon, very, very nicely. Let's see. Just got to count the E's. Clear keeps hitting those. Going to be feeling all right.
Yeah. Got a big bunch of ghouls ready there.
That's the
and
army.
we see Raptor coming in for the gank. No ward up.
All right, let's see where the casting smells it.
And...
well, it's going to have to flash. Flashes the E. Gets out of the morning mist.
I think he kind of walked back just in time to not die. I think if he was like a second later, I think he was just dead, even if he flashed.
Yeah, so. Raptor's wraparound, as it were, was exactly what he needed to do, as he goes back before taking the scuttle.
Yeah, so first scuttle's actually not worth that much. It's like the first respawn of scuttle is worth a lot more than the first one. So I heard about junglers reneging on the first scuttle, actually.
Just protesting against it.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there you go. Raptor is going to discover that the bottom scuttle was taken. GIDEON happy to take the scuttle crabs, as Loki kind of would have liked to have been a little bit more alive than he is right now.
Usually you'd use the time where you don't go for that skull to get a gank off, but
Kellin lit on fire here. I mean, Magical Journey comes on through. Namgung follows him with the repel. Diable has vision, but isn't able to quite land the deadly flourish, and therefore the bros do manage to make it out alive. Looking a bit dicey here towards the bottom side on both sides of the rift. As, all right, Teddy just arcane shifting on top of him. Great cleanse! But unfortunately, the damage still goes through as Namgung is able to lock down first blood.
Yeah, I mean, the cleanse was perfectly timed, but the damage, you know, you can't stop that. Even though Teddy missed some key skill shots, it just didn't matter.
Yeah, Namgung's Q's targeted, as it turns out.
And an execute, and Diable just ran out of health. So we'll see this replay.
It was a sick cleanse, though. If we cut the video after the cleanse, it'd feel great.
Yeah, he's trying to be in XP range, and it's just...
electrocuted.
Not ideal. Well, it's a good start for the bot lane for HANJIN BRION.
Absolutely. We have a Brad in the mid lane. Loki doesn't have a lot of blue stuff, so he's going to go back. Namgung turns up just to babysit. Should be heading away, though, as you can see. Oh, just barely shorts it. Teleport will bring Loki back.
Yeah.
He's only level 5, but very close to 6, so we'll have access to the Glacial Storm, and then minion waves will just disappear.
Got the tier and the double ruby crystal, so going to be pretty hard to force our lane at that point. It does look like BNK FEARX are making a move for casting.
We've seen this so many times before. 3 people killing a Jayce, as Clear tanks up the turret for a few moments, but isn't too worried about it. Will be Raptor taking the first kill for FEARX.
It's just so easy. And a big reason why Ryze has been so valued. Now, they're fishing for a dive in the bot lane. Pantheon, Elise. Such a strong diving combo.
Yeah, it's pretty unfair to have 2 junglers, isn't it? As there's GIDEON diving on forward. Diable doesn't have anything that he can do to mitigate that. And up goes Namgung. Down he goes once again without turret aggro. It feels absolutely fantastic as this Elise is working out so well for the bros.
I'm not going to lie, Kellin gets the stun. That's basically as good as you can play it, right? You get the stun on the person as a tower aggro, and it was so close to the Elise going down, actually. I thought for a second he was just going to die, but he gets the repel off, and it's like, okay, well,
and it's
aggro.
It's exactly the timing that he needed to do as well, because otherwise they'd still be in the middle of killing Diable when he has to go up into the sky.
Yeah.
And then somebody else picks up the turret aggro, and maybe they're in danger. But this was casting very, very dead. A bit of a set play here from FEARX, just overload the top side, take them down, but the answer was good here from the bros.
Namgung gets aggro with the auto first, and then that stun. Actually, yeah, so close. It looked like he was about to go down.
And then Spiderlings actually got turret aggro back just for a couple of moments as he was making his way back out. A little bit scary for a second there, but
kind of felt like everything went right for Namgung to survive that.
Yep.
Despite Kellin playing it as well as he wanted.
It's been a really long time, and I didn't even... It's All In was playing the Anivia mid lane on the Afrika Freaks a million years ago. He didn't play for Afrika for very long.
I guess that's because we're not including like stats from LCK Cup, so that's why it's been so long.
Yes, true. And not from internationals either.
Yeah.
Our LCK players have certainly played it. But interesting. That's what I don't like about the fact that LCK Cup stats and LCK stats are separated, because a lot of those things feel disingenuous.
Yeah.
You know, it's my least
weird
favorite part. But I understand the separation, you know, just keep the LCK Cup as its own thing, but still, it's weird. Anyway, 800 gold the lead for the bros.
And I mean, you look, it's still in the bot lane. This is 30 CS lead between them, 1-0-1 for both of them. Namgung is building a Hextech alternating, he's building damage. He's not building a Bandle Pipes like we saw last series. That's crazy.
Insane.
He's
going to build a dash cannon.
Wow.
Never
yeah, I mean,
I
guess you can just do that. I guess you can just be
I mean, you shouldn't do that. It's unprecedented, obviously.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should do that. Perhaps a little bit.
There is precedent.
Especially because the Bandle Pipes only procs on the stun.
Yeah.
That's the only way to proc it. So if you miss your stun, on Elise, you're useless. But if you miss it with Bandle Pipes, you're even more useless.
It makes it even more of a vibes pickup, though. You know, you're that confident that you're gonna be able to make it work every time.
True, because when you, I'm gonna be honest, when you have Ignite and you have Dash Cannon and you miss your Cocoon, you just dash in and just Q them anyway.
You just kill them anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
That certainly works. As Teddy looking for another go at it. Does land the Mystic Shot this time, but there's the Cocoon going wide. Minion gets temperedly fated.
Yeah,
Teddy gets himself out of there with a flash.
Very respectful flash from Teddy. Not 100% certain he needed to use that, but I guess the threat is, do they follow up with a stun? Does Diable ult after that? So just was like, nope, playing it safe. I'm not thinking about all the potential consequences. I don't want to die. Flash down, especially on Ezreal, not as big of an issue.
Also keeps up the pressure as well, is allowed to then crash that wave in as Cocoon connects onto Raptor. Does get electrocuted momentarily there as well. Good for the bros, just to make sure that they stay on the front foot. As Loki clearing out waves over and over again. The Maiden, oh dear, 50 gold for casting. Clear, gotta protect her, man.
I feel like the Yorick just haven't been great at protecting the Maiden.
Doo-doo was really kind of doo-doo at it. Pardon the pun.
Wow.
It was definitely not intentional.
Yeah, only 1,000 gold lead for HANJIN BRION, but, you know, it's a good start. It's positive. It's what we're looking for. We did say they wanted to get some advantages in lane, and considering top lane hasn't really gone swimmingly, everyone else is doing pretty well, but I am still concerned about this Jayce, who's very low, and there is a Jarvan coming over.
Yeah,
Gideon's there to cover. Yeah,
Gideon's actually going to be the one that Raptor decides he wants to kill. Cataclysm goes out, and Flash? Okay, really scared of how this one's going, and that was largely because casting was very, very low. VicLa still here in this mid lane as Cocoon from Namgung does come on in. He gets put into the prison, though, and does need to vacate with his repel. Does do so successfully, so no harm, no foul. And Teddy with some free time in the bottom lane.
Gideon just kind of able to create some space for casting to clear the wave, but unfortunately him now being down flash is the cost of that. Namgung's been hunting. Oh, that's Cocoon.
Flash out from Kellin. We got flashes flying out left, right, and center in this game.
Yeah, so many being bin, which means hopefully we're going to get a lot of action coming up because, you know, flash is down, means you can make some aggressive plays.
But also, flashes are down, which means you want to play more defensively. Because it's on both sides.
No, because we have BNK FEARX in the game.
Oh, that's actually a really good point. What am I saying? All right, Raptor going to be flashing as well. There is a mini wall to come on through as Raptor down to 50%. Now, BNK looking for a little bit of an option here as Kellin has to magically journey out. Namgung just gets on over with the repel. Teddy wanting to take down this Bard if he can, but Kellin gets to the relative safety of his turret, and that is all she wrote, really, for this engage.
I like how, you know, the normal thing of chasing the Bard through the magical journey is always very scary when he gets stunned in the wall.
What would have been the difference of Namgung doing that instead of just repelling over?
Well, I think it's a bit quicker and didn't give time for Kellin to like prep the Q or get the cooldown back up. So he's like, I'm not going through, I'm going over. He's thinking outside the portal.
Yeah. I like that. They just needed a Rek'Sai so they could also go under it.
Yeah.
They could just do all of the different things like that song that you used to sing as a kid.
All right. Man, you are so dead.
Yeah. Yeah, last time there were 3. Now we got a Tempered Fate. At least he stood in it. Might buy some time. Flash is out of the way. Why put it on cooldown? I guess this is the game where you want to flash.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you probably should have just saved it, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah.
Especially against a Jarvan. Might have been useful later.
5 people in the top lane?
Yeah, wow.
That was a lot of people in the top lane.
They really wanted him dead.
Yeah.
They really didn't like the casting.
They will also take first turret, so that is certainly a good news. As Diable doesn't actually have his quest completed yet, so being up here is kind of annoying. That's fine. Going to be able to get the money for taking down the turret. And Teddy has completed his. He's got his Trinity Force now completed as well. I mean, man, he is so far ahead. 1.4K. I
mean, this is the thing with how this game is kind of played out, is the overall team goal is quite close, but, you know, certain lanes have massive leads. And, yeah, I mean, you should see 3 show up. Clears that. They have the Jhin for backup.
And he sees them all there. He's like, I can outplay this.
Yeah. You can't.
Sometimes you gotta make them work for it, you know? And they worked for it.
You know what? I think he just said, you guys gonna bring 5. You know what? You deserve my flash as well. Everyone else is flashing.
Honestly,
I don't want to feel left out.
I mean, the bros, they are the ones that came up with Gentleman's League of Legends. You know, the bro and brew, that's their thing.
I'd like to think if they only brought 3, he would have been like, you know, you get the kill. You're not getting the flash.
Yeah, you're not getting my flash. However,
5? Okay. Okay.
Well, HANJIN BRION do manage to get themselves the Drake as well. Hextech Sol. My goodness, we had Infernal into Mountain into Hextech again. We've had a few double ups as far as our Drakes are concerned. But this is a fun one. This does mean, I mean, we remember KT managed to turn the game around and then stack up a whole bunch of these. Let's see whether HANJIN BRION can hold on to this game and get themselves a soul point in 4.5 minutes time. As Namgung going to get knocked up, and Teddy just throws a True Shot Barrage at Raptor. He decides that he wants to Cataclysm the Ezreal, and now Diable is going to pay for his sins after he already tried to pay for them. Oh my goodness, Diable is going to survive, so never mind. But Raptor not so lucky.
Yeah, at least not the easiest target to go on. We talked about...
Oh, circles everywhere. What the heck was that? That was like a peace sign or something like that. Oh my goodness.
Well, that was the intent for
They
Moki.
are pulling shapes in the bottom lane.
Yeah, keeps himself safe, you know, splits the Ghoulie wall in half.
It's a stop sign, isn't it? Basically. No, it's not a stop sign. What is it? It's just like a do not do stuff sign. All right, now I'm going to be walking over the Anivia teleport as Clear is in a lot of trouble. Circles are going down, and there's the stun. Namgung has a fair bit of damage there, but the flash out from Clear may have got him to relative safety. He's looking to try and turn it onto Namgung. He has to flash. The Maiden is getting angry, but he stops the vision, and now the Maiden's going to be taken down as well. Namgung somehow still hasn't died, and GIDEON walking amongst 3 people. Teddy turns up though, and he's real scary. True Shot Barrage helps GIDEON grab that kill as the Blast Cone's trying to get Kellin out of there, but Casting is flipping into the battle. And yeah, not going to be getting that Realm Walk off anytime soon is VicLa. And in the meantime, Loki is just killing a turret.
You know, there was a slight gold lead, but now HANJIN BRION really pulling ahead in this game. I mean, you look at the bot lane, 3,100 is the advantage between Ezreal and Elise.
My goodness. All right.
Yeah, Kellin.
This looked scary for GIDEON.
It did, but the thing with Pantheon, one of the reasons he's so strong is you can just buy so much time and you have the ability to turn around, so they felt a little bit cautious about engaging onto him. He ends up jumping in, he ends up blocking all that damage, and then it's Bro able to move in and turn this one around. The flash done just to secure that kill there as well.
That's vintage Teddy today as well. He really is playing pretty aggressively. We saw him miss a few of those skill shots on the bottom side of the map. Since then, every time we check this guy out, he is just pumping damage. And Raptor is the one that's paid for it twice in a row so far. And it's a 3,000 gold lead. Like, this is a big lead. It's 2 minutes on Soul Point as well, and it's not looking like things are going to get better for FEARX in that time. It's a great look here for HANJIN BRION, and I think we were beginning to write them off after how, you know, things went badly against Humble Life eSports. But, I mean, Humble Life is a super team, basically.
Well, I mean,
they're tough ass.
They were 10th place in LCK Cup, so...
That is a good point.
Yeah, that's why people were like, you know, you lose to the 10th place LCK Cup team.
There weren't too many people under HANJIN BRION in that tournament. Humble Life eSports was one.
Was one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, looking in great form, and BNK FEARX just struggling, really. The bot lane, which is normally the point of strength for this team. Oh, Teddy's in a bit of a pick. No, he's okay, he's Ezreal. Yeah, so normally, even in the series that didn't go so swimmingly, in well, the earlier series, I'd say, in Fair Stand, everyone was eyes on Diable, right? Him and Kellin. And I feel like they struggled a lot into Hansam and Labrov in that G2 series. And now they're struggling to Teddy and Namgung. They just don't look like that same bot lane we saw in the LCK Cup.
Yeah, it's not quite working out. One thing that I just realized is, you know how we do give titles to all of the bro players? Lieutenant Loki is pretty good.
Oh.
Pretty good for it. Like, it's just, it feels like it's the obvious choice, like the only choice that you could go with. He was born to be a bro.
Yeah.
I think that's just how it shakes up.
It just fits.
It's hard to find one for Namgung, though, I'm not going to lie. I feel like, I think Dagon had one, but I don't know whether I liked it.
I mean, I would say... I was like, what was it? But obviously,
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Does anyone have it in the chat? Let us know. But it's like Lieutenant Loki is so good. I imagine anyone would come up with that. Like it's not like a.
It just fits. So it rolls on the tongue.
Too well.
Rolls on the tongue.
All right. Let's see whether FEARX can figure this out, because right now, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. I'm not going to keep counting. The Drake is now live. And they are positioned, 5 members of FEARX here. Could be a full-on 5v5. GIDEON staying out of sight for now.
Yeah, Clear has this kind of flank angle, but it's a Yorick, so...
Flanking Yorick. The ghoulie wall flank.
At least you're not flanking alone.
True. Well, neither are HANJIN BRION, as Shelly gets involved. She is going to take down the outer turret in mid lane. Never mind, she's not going to take down the outer turret in mid lane.
Yeah, kind of a waste, honestly. You could have used that for the fight.
Does mean that now they do get like full priority on this dragon, but Raptor uses the Hex Gate to get himself over. He wants to drag to that flag, and GIDEON spots him. Raptor is just really squishy in this game, and he is just going to die. GIDEON finds the Q, and now Smite is his alone. Does go down to a scary level, and Teddy's still looking for VicLa. True Shot Barrage connects, and there it is. The Grand Starfall, and down goes the Ryze. Pantheon is a really strong champion, Aux, and I think that maybe we should be banning it more often.
You know what? I agree. I'm with you on that. I'm right there with you. And now they're just going to go straight to the Baron that spawned. Clear's going to take a tower, but they don't really care. 3 dragons in pocket with a Hextech Soul. Baron secured at 20 minutes.
I mean, it's all coming up bros, isn't it?
All coming up bros right now.
And do you know what I did this time around that is different to the first series? I paid the bro tax. I forgot it in day one. And so this time around, put that in there. Maybe that helped give them the energy.
I think that might have been it. Maybe some people helped out as well. Yeah,
he was so far behind. He's 2 levels down.
The thing is, as well, he was so focused on contesting the dragon. He went in early, and they were patient with the health. They played it really well. They kind of bidded him into it, and then just jumped on him. The ult from GIDEON as well to secure that kill onto VicLa. Because getting just a jungler does make Baron possible, but a 20-minute Baron, you'd like to get a little bit extra to really feel comfortable, and getting the Ryze too was just like, okay, 100%. And then look, towers dropping across the map. You have Kellin was hovering on the bot side a second ago.
Oh no! Okay, Diable is going to be able to walk around the wall. Took him a really long time.
Yeah, I think BNK FEARX tried to set up a pick in the bot side. Like, Kellin was hovering towards the bot, Clear was there, but they just lost so many structures in a second.
It's a 5,000 gold lead. This is kind of crazy. HANJIN BRION just kind of taking whatever they would like, and maybe G2 broke 2 of our teams.
The G2 effect, honestly.
G2 effect, it's powerful. It is definitely powerful. That's all right. The Maiden's doing some stuff here in this inner turret, but
he gets the gold credit for it as well, so that's something.
There we go. He might die, as there's a shock blast. There's a lot of non-committal buttons.
We have so much terrain building, by by in this game, can I just say?
It's too much. You got the ghoulie wall, you've got the regular wall,
the Cataclysm.
The Cataclysm wall. Oh my god. You've got the Maiden's not...
Is it another?
Clear. Get the plate and then get her out of there. Get the plate and then get her out of there. Get her out of there.
Wait,
get her out of there.
No, I don't think you can, by the way. I think once you send it in a lane and you decouple it.
Oh, you decouple it.
It just pushes till forever.
Just pushes until the dawn.
So he said, "Go free."
Yeah, go free, my man.
Live your life. Yeah. We're losing horribly. Just go push a side lane.
Like in solidarity. Yeah, I completely forgot about the decoupling. I take it all back, Clear. It's fine. She was gonna do that anyway.
That was a rough divorce.
Yeah. It's all right. Hopefully they can reset. Okay. HANJIN BRION now 2 minutes on this Hextech Soul. And from that point, I mean, it's already, we're staring down the barrel of, 2.5k Rebel Baron power play. They've got 8-2 in kills. Like, I mean, everything is the bros right now.
When you have a Jayce, Ezreal with Hextech Soul, it's pretty rough. Because if one of those skill shots lands, you're slowed. Suddenly there's a wall behind you. There's a Pantheon on top of you. The game's already in a terrible spot, but if they get Hextech Soul, it's just done. So BNK FEARX kind of need a miracle to figure this one out. And unfortunately, VicLa, I mean, he's getting stronger, but he doesn't quite have the actualizer or level 16, but he's looking...
Oh, he is behind enemy lines.
This is a dangerous position to be in, and they are somewhat aware. They're very aware.
Oh, he flashes to try and get on top of Loki. Maybe it was the best option he could have hoped for. It was bad in the end, though, as now Kellin going to have to try and get himself out as he's down to about 300 health. Teddy wanting to get that snipe, but doesn't have ulti. So they're not going to be able to quite get there. Crystalline overgrowth all over this turret. So that one is going to be taking a whole bunch of damage. As you can see there, immediately 3 plates go down, make that 4, and there is a dead inner. That is going to move them to about an 8,000 gold lead. 40 seconds left on this Hextech Soul. And it's Ezreal Pantheon with Hextech Soul. I mean, it's a tough ask, let's just say that.
Yeah,
winning the game after that moment.
I think they figured out where he was.
Yeah.
And he tries to flash in just to burst the Anivia with egg, by the way. So, not the best angle.
I mean, sometimes you just got to take what you can get.
Yep.
All right, Grand Starfall.
He's clearly trying to make an
Oh no, straight into the goalie wall! That is not what you wanted to be doing. Although it does look like a second Cataclysm with this skin.
Yeah.
I think he
was sending a message, this is our jungle, you're not allowed in. They got the memo, they are not approaching, but they're kind of hovering around Baron. It's not up for a minute and a half.
Why?
So
why are they
I think they're trying to set up vision and maybe look for a pick. Okay.
Oh yeah, maybe they thought that somewhat like they were going to overextend.
They're like, we're just going to clear out vision, we're going to wait for someone to come over, we're going to pick them.
Wait. Okay, well now...
Oh, the slow.
Oh dear, there's a True Shot Barrage. So we're seeing what this Hextech Soul can do. Oh, maybe they have overextended. All right, Deadly Flourish comes down, but the Spider goes up. And down he will go. There is the Tempered Fate. And it actually kind of messes up Diable momentarily. They will be able to grab the kill, though.
Okay, guys.
Yes.
You've got the Elise.
Uh-huh. What?
That's it.
Casting does get 2 plates.
Yeah.
40 seconds left.
The thing is, the game's a desperate spot. I don't hate the concept of the play. It just didn't amount to as much as I think they were hoping for.
Outcome-focused assessment says it was a terrible choice.
Oh, that's true. I can't argue with that.
But you're right. Sometimes you just need to go for anything that's possible, right? And doing the unexpected is absolutely how you catch them off guard. Diable was caught off guard by a bajillion damage.
Also, we now have the actualizer, Anivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy also has 3.5 items completed. I mean, the Pantheon is almost 3,000 gold ahead. This is kind of ludicrous. As now casting, possibly caught out, never mind. He just walks far enough away. Should be FEARX being able to take an inner turret towards his bottom side. Just needs like 1 auto, but there is no wave. So they're unable to quite get there as the Baron has spawned. And HANJIN BRION are looking to try and kill it.
They did get this vision earlier, but it is going very fast and they need to get there.
Well, they are going to walk over. Diable is looking a little worse for wear. And Raptor, he's the one that cannot die in this instance. There's the Grand Starfall, and Diable has to flash immediately to get out of the way. Movement speed absolutely there for GIDEON. He's very scary. And if anything hits onto FearX, they get slowed down and then they probably die.
When the slow clipped them there and chained, I was like, oh no, this is not looking good. But they kind of just scare them off. Now they're moving back towards the Baron. I will say it's kind of a squishy team, so they do take a good amount of damage doing this.
Oh, there's a Tempered Fate. It's going to just delay things for a few moments, but so is that wall. Oh man, Loki, that was really nice. Raptor goes in, they get steal from Diable! They're going to have to try and win the fight on the back end, though. Let's see whether they can. Never mind, they do just get out of there. They pay, like, Raptor goes down, but this is against Hextech Soul. The fact that you go 1 for Baron?
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's great. And you had, like, the Cataclysm and the mini Cataclysm. Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Teddy
dead?
Teddy is... Oh,
okay, no.
He's going
nice
to
dodge.
He does need to hit those in order to get the slow and like that.
Here's the win con for BNK FEARX. You
kill the Nexus.
You stop them from having Baron, which is good because if they had Baron, you'd be trapped in your base, you'd be pushed in, you wouldn't get access to Elder. Flip Elder, win game. It was like 1700, so like Smite ult combo.
Actually perfectly done.
Yeah, it's just, it's really hard to do anything about that. Now though, Kellin is really struggling to stay alive.
Yeah,
it's 2.5 minutes till Elder, guys. We don't need a...
Back to live felt a lot like back to reality, didn't it, in that moment?
You know, Kellin still hasn't died this game. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And kind of shocking.
66.6% kill participation as well.
Yeah. Cool. You know, it's not even like he's not been present. He's been there for 2/3 of their kills.
Just none of their deaths.
So, we're flipping Elder. That's the game plan. Now, if you're HANJIN BRION, you should never even let the Elder get low.
If you're HANJIN BRION, though, you're gentlemen.
Oh, true.
And perhaps a 5v5, like Muskets at Dawn, around the Elder.
No, but the 5v5, that's good for HANJIN BRION. If it's a gentleman's agreement, you put it down to a flip, smite off. Okay? Winner takes all. Whoever smites the Elder wins. If you do a 5v5, they have Hextech Soul, they have a gold, of course they're going to win, right? If you put it down, who has the better smite key? And it is stacked in HANJIN BRION's favor because they have Pantheon. Pantheon with a Q smite. So, you know what? I'm feeling it, honestly.
Maybe that's what we go for. Clear has a 2-level advantage. It's kind of crazy that Yorick is this far ahead in experience and in gold. Like, he's 2,000 ahead.
Yeah. He is struggling to do them. I mean, everyone's struggling to do that much in BNK FEARX in the team fights. But, you know, he is a big presence. He is pretty strong.
Yeah. It's just surprising that it's sort of, he's launched himself to a 7.
Also, I want to note, VicLa, Actualizer, he's past level 16.
Yeah?
This Ryze can do Ryze things. He has his flash available as well. He can flash for the egg once more.
Yep. And they're on item parity.
Wait.
You know, it's one component of Azonia's and all the other items.
I don't think Loki's had his egg activated this entire game yet.
Wow, he's been misusing his passive?
Hasn't used it once.
Oh, God. High value, but not able to get the cancel, unfortunately.
Kellin got out, gets the McHales, some more wards. 30 seconds.
All right. Line them up. It is a gentleman's agreement here, ladies and gentlemen. And HANJIN BRION, they are just going to wait for FEARX to meet them in this river. There we go. Loki's like, none of these fancy fandangled plants are going to mess with our team fight. Do they have the designated amount of wards down? Yes, I think they do. 2 towards the north, and then there's 2 towards the south here for FEARX. Good. Yes, even. Oh, wait, never mind. There's 3. I think we need to be a little bit more careful about the amount of wards we're putting down FEARX. As you can see, the bros only 2.
Okay, resisting the urge to start the dragon up. We have got, you know, there's a huge wave pushing in top that's taking plates.
Yeah.
Players trying to push in mid, and VicLa's pushing in bot, so...
All right.
HANJIN BRION kind of...
Wait, hang on, are they just going to give Elder? Is that what's happening here?
No.
HANJIN BRION. No, what? Guys, hey! Hey, we were supposed to...
Guys, that's not the gentleman's agreement. That's not... Guys!
Loki, what are you doing?
Guys, the Elder!
Well...
No, this is the gentleman's agreement!
Down he goes! What? VicLa takes it! What the heck just happened? Oh, God! That's... Oh, no! All right, he's going to respawn. He's going to die again. Brion may have just thrown this game.
That was truly a gentleman's agreement. We boil it down to a smite fight. We flipped the game on the Elder, and unfortunately, HANJIN BRION lost it. I thought they would all show up. I mean, they lost the smite fight. I thought they would all show up for the smite fight, though. They just sent GIDEON in. That bit was a little confusing.
I guess maybe they thought that it was just like send your chosen champion.
Oh, they thought, yes, that's what they were like. We send our champion in to smite. And he got confused because he chained up.
You know, get everyone killed in the battlefield.
He chained up. He's like, why is everyone else here? Why am I getting bot ulted? Yeah. A little bit of confusion in the rules, I think, there in the gentleman's agreement smite fight.
And I think Kellin, so down he comes and predicts, and the dragon wasn't in the Tempered Fate. Man, that is actually so beautiful.
That's like pixel pivot. That's insane.
Yeah,
Kellin.
That was really, really cool. However,
did break the spirit of the gentleman's agreement, though.
It did, and also that whole sequence of play had no right to happen at all from the beginning.
Yes. I mean, okay, the way it happened, BNK FEARX had pressure in the side lanes, pushing in, and HANJIN BRION eventually just went, guys, we have to deal with these side waves. And it's like they just, you know, when you just blind to things you can't see.
That is generally what blindness means.
No, I mean specifically like you only see what's in front of you.
Ah, like a T-Rex and things that aren't moving.
Yes, and they just, as soon as they took the eye on off the Elder, they forgot it existed. It seemed to be what happened. And now they lost Baron again. There's no way they lose this game, right?
I mean,
they have Hextech Soul.
Yeah, FEARX are about as close to Exodia as they can possibly get. They didn't get a single elemental dragon.
They're 10 kills to 4.
Yeah.
They have a 5-1-2 Pantheon.
It's Hextech Soul Ezreal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. If there's ever a team that could lose with a lead like this, it's either KT or Bro. KT's already done it.
That's true.
And Bro are looking to do the same thing.
Yeah.
They don't have to contend with an Elder for another 3 minutes, though. And maybe they've learned their lesson. Maybe the gentleman's agreement will evolve.
Earlier we saw DGON looking very serious.
Yeah, he might have left now. No, he's not. He's just looking a little bit concerned.
A little bit.
A little bit
concerned. I think he's probably looking somewhat somber.
Yes.
No, but the game's not over yet.
It is not. Nexuses are alive. The Nexus for both teams is still constructed.
Yeah, the thing we've got to focus on is that there's another chance to flip the game over Elder in 2 minutes 40.
Yep.
Right? So we can just send it again.
Well, the problem is that FEARX have got to like gold parity, and they now can play this 1-3-1 and be unanswerable.
Yeah.
And right now, Clear is demonstrating exactly that.
The Hextech Soul's not helping too much. When is the last time we actually had a fight? Like an actual team fight?
Well, the Elder happened...
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the Elder, it was like even before that.
It's been a long time. Let's see whether the Bros can actually make something happen here as VicLa is... Oh, he flashes into the Realm Warp and gets himself out, and Nexus turrets are falling in response. They went all in to try and kill the Ryze, and it just didn't do anything. As Casting also just having to contend with the Maiden. She might get taken down, but Clear has still done so much work here. There is the inhibitor falling in the mid lane as well, and FEARX, even though the Elder wore off, they are still in so much control, utilizing this Baron and the army of minions. True Shot Barrage isn't going to be doing too much of anything at all. The world's smallest magical journey almost gets Clear out of there. The wall's great, though, and Clear is going to go down to the GA. Raptor in a lot of trouble as well. And he flashes to get himself out of the way. Shock Blast comes in as well, slowed down by the Hextech Soul. And the Bros feel like they might be onto something. Kellin, how dare you survive?
There's just so much terrain. There's so much terrain coming down.
They're just living through everything.
And the base of HANJIN BRION is just in absolute shambles.
Where is that going?
At the Grom.
Ah.
I've never been more confused.
Neither have I. And Clear is now Bandle piping, man.
Okay.
Oh, God, the vibe shift in this game is absolutely ludicrous.
This was a hard game to track the tempo vibes, but I think we can clearly see the one team
Bro had them until they lost.
BNK FEARX have 2 bundle pipes. Bro has what? Look at him.
Yeah, Digon's pre-checking Reddit to see how bad things
He's devastated. He's cancelling the dinner reservations. He's going to go home afterwards.
I'm sorry, babe. I'm just too sad.
Oh.
Understandable as well. Oh, my goodness. All right, 24 seconds. Let's see whether
what makes
FEARX...
it really sad?
What makes you really sad?
Today's his day off, and he came in. He came in on his day off to watch them. Come on, HANJIN BRION, you can make it happen still.
Do you know what the best part is? This is a best of 3, so we could have another one. As Clear is likely to be going down, casting close behind him as teleport in from Loki. There are FEARX members up here as well. The Elder is live, but it has been forgotten. As gentlemen do not require dragons. Now Raptor is caught out of position. Teddy looking for some Mystic shots, not quite finding too many of them. There's the curtains. They haven't been called. Loki might be going down to his first egg mode, and it's not quite going to happen just yet. Gideon puts up the Aegis and survives absolutely everything. That's a teleport and a half right there as Casting makes his way in to immediately go to the skies in every sense of the word. VicLa is going to be traded for it though, so maybe it actually works out as Teddy's Arcane shifting forward. He finds it as there is the stun. Diable, the Mystic shot misses, but it doesn't matter.
The slow!
The slow! Diable trying to stay alive. True shot barrage.
But the base!
Wait, are the minions just going to win the game? I think they can make it back in time as the Nexus turret falls, but there's another wave. Wait, all of them? Why is everyone going back? Why can't we? One of them's respawn. Guys, could they not have just tried to push something else? I guess Clear some respawn.
Okay, they should have time to get the Elder. This game is truly one of the all-time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Clear buys a lot of time. It takes him a while to take him out, gets a good amount of damage onto casting, but eventually he goes down, and then this is just such an awkward position to navigate from, where they're trying to reposition, they're trying to get an ult off. Casting gets a recall off to TP him with a shield, and I'm gonna be honest, he actually gets a decent amount of damage down considering the TP that he uses.
Insanity.
Yeah. It does result in VicLa's death, but it was a very odd TP. And then the Hextech slow is coming in huge here. Diable's dodges were crazy though.
Yeah. And Teddy almost dies to that 4th shot.
The slow from the W on the minions and the sidestep, but Teddy has it on lock. Oh man.
Okay. So, Bro have Elder. It's their turn. What we didn't understand about the gentleman's agreement was Bro were winning, they got the soul, and so therefore the first Elder must go to FEARX.
Ah, yeah, that's very polite.
And so then,
oh
second
my god,
Elder,
they're just gonna rush the base.
Baron for Nexus.
They're gonna ult the Baron so they can't get the fast recall.
Well, and Baron's gonna interrupt both of them!
But they didn't keep pushing.
Wait, they didn't commit. This game's crazy! Why are the things happening? Why, Orcs, are the things occurring in this game the way they are?
You know what's actually crazy?
What is crazy?
If they had Ryze with TP, I actually think they just end. Because Ryze could have TP'd in, Realm Warped the minion wave, and they could have just rushed it. They actually could have just ended, but he has Ghost. So, and he has Rocket Belt.
He could Rocket Belt Ghost and almost be as fast as a TP.
Maybe not, but it's a good effort. Okay, they're pushing up mid. They have Baron, they have Elder.
Wait,
they have Hextech Soul. Guys,
what could go wrong?
This is everything.
Well, Diable, oh dear, he's just dead. The dragon comes down from the skies, and they've lost their AD carry. These turrets melt at the sight of HANJIN BRION, and it took some time, but they got there in the end, I guess. As Loki is going to go golden, still wanting to protect that egg that he hasn't quite used, and FEARX still got some fight left in him, but they're fighting an Elder buff. VicLa's going to go golden, but will immediately fall afterwards. It's a double for Teddy. Make that one a triple as he might be locking down the quadra, but it's Namgung that collects it. And the Bros give us the most value on the day is 42 minutes, and they take down the Nexus.
An absolute battle, and I think it just goes to show that you will never be punished for having good manners.